Marijuana is a central nervous system depressant, impairing sensory perception, thought processing, and attention. Despite this, it continues to be the most widely used illicit drug in the world, and studies show that 1 in 5 adolescents frequently used marijuana in 2021. As such, there has been a recent interest regarding the short and long term effects of marijuana use on the developing brain. Pardini et al. Examined how heavy marijuana use in adolescence may cause sustained attention deficiencies despite long periods of abstinence. Investigators speculate that early onset marijuana use can lead to reduced academic performance by negatively impacting attention, processing speed, working memory, and problem solving abilities. To be blunt, no pun intended, marijuana has serious real world implications, namely irreversible cognitive deficits that may severely impact future educational attainment into adulthood.
This study utilizes two gender-specific longitudinal studies to investigate the relationship between early adolescent marijuana use between the ages of 11 to 16 and sustained impairments in attention and academic functioning. The study involved data analysis from two sample studies, the Pittsburgh Girls Study and the Pittsburgh Youth Study. This is especially relevant in regards to the surge in regular marijuana usage, in particular low to moderate usage amongst adolescents. Previous literature demonstrates that youth who engage in early onset marijuana display poor performance in neuropsychological tests measuring attention, verbal memory, and intelligence. In particular, this study examines whether there is an increase in the pre-onset levels of attention problems such as distractibility and forgetfulness. These attention deficits are measured during marijuana usage and after a year of abstinence to explore the sustained impact of marijuana use on youth. The authors hypothesized that during early adolescent years, when they engage in moderate or monthly marijuana use, they will experience an increase in attention and academic problems, even after controlling for potential confounds. However, it is predicted that these problems will decline and return to pre-onset levels after a sustained abstinence. In both studies, they collected annual assessments of adolescents from age 11 to 16 through questionnaires to assess the frequency of marijuana use in the past year. The attention problems of the adolescents were measured by parent reports via interviews, wherein parents rated the extent to which their child exhibited inattention symptoms as outlined in the DSM-5 on a 4-point scale. This includes being forgetful, making careless mistakes, being easily distracted, and having difficulty organizing.
This longitudinal study uses within individual change models to ensure reliability of associations between early adolescent marijuana use and attention/academic deficits. This is crucial as it is impossible to control for all individual differences between youth. These models eliminate time-invariant factors like genotype, prenatal complications, and intellectual abilities by focusing exclusively on the changes within individuals over time. This ensures that the results are both accurate and valid. Furthermore, this study includes extensive controls to account for the influence of time-varying covariates, such as the aforementioned other substance use, peer delinquency, and familial disruption. This was primarily managed through both self-reports and external questionnaires. For instance, in regards to adolescent use of other drugs and its impact on attention and academic performance, they utilized the nicotine, alcohol, and drug use questionnaire to assess the girls' usage frequency and the substance use questionnaire for the boys. These results were then summed up and created into a single variable, indicating use of other drugs in the past year, prior to analysis. Moreover, the inclusion of both genders allows for the generalizability of the results, whilst the limited youth age range enables application into the real-world issue of this surge in marijuana use.
However, these models can produce unreliable estimates when there is little variation within predicted variables. For example, changes after abstaining from light marijuana use cannot be reliably associated. Additionally, there was an insufficient number of participants who engaged in heavy marijuana use to reliably model within individual change. As such, the study's findings are only most relevant to understand the relationship between moderate marijuana use and issues with attention and academic functioning. Another limitation is that self-reports of marijuana use and parent reporting of their child's attention levels can be unreliable. Parent reports tend to be inconsistent with performance-based results of attention according to Epstein et al., and thus not a completely reliable measurement. The authors also note that other factors such as the amount and type of marijuana and mode of administration may be of interest in future studies to better understand differential effects on attention and academic performance.
Moreover, in the original study, participants were young adolescents, aged 11 to 16, who engaged in low, less than once a month, to moderate, at least once a month, marijuana use. There was little variation within individual predictive variables, which could be the cause for unreliable estimates. Also, with various longitudinal studies that were predominantly based on male participants, they did not explore the potential gender differences in the impact of marijuana use on attention and academic performance of individuals. However, recent studies have insinuated that frequent marijuana use may impact cognitive functioning differently in both males and females. There have also been speculation that gender differences in regard to neurodevelopment may produce differential effects on cognitive functioning for both males and females in early adolescence. This current study also does not thoroughly investigate the impact of age of onset concerning marijuana use. There are possibilities that the age when individuals begin using marijuana can have different effects on attention and academic performance. The new study will address these gaps in the literature and assess the impact of the dosage and frequency of marijuana use on attention using a combination of rating scales and cognitive tests. It will assess larger samples with more fluctuations from active to non-active use and ensure that the results are more reliable when assessing sustained impacts. The participants will be divided into groups based on self-reports of dosage and frequency of their marijuana use. Group 1, low dosage and infrequent. Group 2, low dosage and frequent. Group 3, high dosage and infrequent. And Group 4, high dosage and frequent. These will be verified through biochemical analysis of urine to quantitatively assess presence of marijuana to ensure validity. Additionally, the age rate will be broadened to better understand how the stage of cognitive development may have differential effects on sustained attention deficits. Particularly, an equal number of male and female participants from the age groups of 11 to 16, 18 to 22, and 25 to 30 years will be recruited for the study.
In assessing attention, the study will use a combination of school reports and experimental cognitive tests. Teachers have the ability to observe adolescents when they are engaged in cognitively demanding tasks, offering a deeper and less biased assessment compared to the previous study's parent reports. Participants will also complete the cognitive tests and rating scales prior to marijuana use to establish within individual models for attention levels. The attention-related cognitive error scale will be used to assess participants' subjective experience of their attention levels. They will also complete a continuous performance test that objectively tests sustained attention over time by making subjects press a spacebar immediately after the appearance of a specific letter on the screen. Participants will be required to complete these tests on a monthly basis across 5 years, and school reports will continue to be assessed annually as an additional measure. The results will then be compared with pre-test scores within individuals to investigate if there are any significant changes in attention levels. Potential confounds such as other drug use and familial disruption will be similarly controlled using self-reports like Pardini et al. Study to maximize reliability and validity. Hence, changes can be attributed based on the dosage and frequency of marijuana use. Overall, this proposed study will address the previous study's limitations and deepen insight into the impact of the dosage and frequency of marijuana use on attention levels. In summary, marijuana use is a rising issue amongst adolescents, urging investigation into its detrimental effects on cognitive abilities which may affect future educational attainment. Pardini et al. Study demonstrates some correlations between light to moderate marijuana use and attention deficits in adolescents. However, there is no evidence of sustained effects after abstinence.